Has President Emerson Mnangagwa just suffered a major political setback in Parliament? That is the claim being made by Honorable Chikombo, who says the government faced unexpected resistance during the CAB3 debate and that lawmakers opposing the bill came fully prepared for battle. According to Chikombo, one particular legislator stood out during the debate, delivering arguments that caught the attention of both supporters and critics. His message was clear: the CAB3 debate is far from over. And now, many Zimbabweans are asking, is support for CAB3 beginning to weaken? Or was this simply another heated day in Parliament? Let's get into it. And before we continue, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications for the latest Zimbabwe and Africa political news.
Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Leader of Government Business came to this House. He told us what this bill does not do. Allow me to ride on the same approach. Allow me to tell this House what this bill does not do. And then tell the nation what it actually does. First, this bill does not eliminate election toxicity. You can't dig a hole, jump in it, and blame gravity. Zimbabwe's election toxicity has never been caused by mere frequency of elections. It has been caused by the abuse of state institutions. It has been caused by the abuse of state institutions and unequal access to the media. Violence, intimidation, delayed reforms, disputed voters' roll, and partisan administration. And the situation has been exacerbated by the treat against opposition that has been treated as not legitimate citizens of this country.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Order, Honorable Chikombo.
Madam Speaker, we are debating here by referring to state institutions that are not here. The honorable member is accusing people and non-institutions. Let him tell us which institutions.
Honorable Chikombo, do not mislead this House and do not mislead the nation. Debate the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Toxicity, violence, and genocidal acts took place during the period of 1980s when presidents were not directly elected. You do not cure a poisoned well by reducing the number of times people come to drink from it. That's a delusional relief. You rather cure it by removing the poison. Honorable Speaker, ma'am, where is the poison located? History has answered that question again and again. Let me take you the history of this country as far as electoral issues are concerned. In 2002, Honorable Dr. Kaire Mbuyende, the then head of Namibian Observer Mission to Zimbabwe presidential election, became part of the contested African Observer record around that election. But the deeper truth was later confirmed by Justice Sis Kampempe and Justice Dikang Moseneke, two respected South African jurists sent by President Thabo Mbeki as a judicial observer mission. Their conclusion was that the 2002 could not be considered free and fair and credible. Let me also remind the House that in the same year, the then Secretary General of African National Congress, Kalema Petrus Motlande, and Professor Adebayo Adedeji from United Nations were sent to Zimbabwe to observe the situation in their report.
Chikombo, please debate the bill.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Chikombo, it's like now you are debating an election report or whatever.
Zimbabwe's parliament witnessed another dramatic session as debate over Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 continued to divide lawmakers. The controversial bill has become one of the biggest political issues in the country, attracting support from some legislators while facing strong resistance from others. Following the debate, Honorable Chikombo claimed that President Emerson Mnangagwa's side suffered a political defeat during parliamentary proceedings. According to him, lawmakers opposing the bill came into parliament well prepared and ready to challenge every major argument presented by supporters of CAB3. At the center of Chikombo's comments was praise for Honorable Shamu, whom he described as exceptionally prepared during the debate. According to Chikombo, Shamu demonstrated a strong understanding of constitutional issues and effectively challenged aspects of the proposed amendments. Supporters of the opposition to CAB3 say lawmakers like Shamu are proving that the debate is not one-sided. Instead, they argue that Parliament is witnessing a serious contest of ideas about Zimbabwe's future. For months, CAB3 has generated intense political discussion. Supporters argue that the proposed constitutional reforms will improve governance, strengthen institutions, and create stability for long-term development. They believe Zimbabwe needs reforms that allow government institutions to operate more efficiently. Critics, however, continue to raise concerns. They argue that some proposals could significantly change Zimbabwe's political system and reduce the direct role of citizens in choosing their leaders. One of the most controversial proposals involves changing how future presidents are selected. Another involves extending terms of office from 5 years to 7 years. Supporters say these changes will provide continuity and allow leaders more time to deliver development. Opponents argue that such reforms could weaken democratic accountability. This is why debates in Parliament have become increasingly heated. Every speech now attracts national attention. According to Honorable Chikombo, the latest parliamentary exchanges demonstrated that resistance to CAB3 remains strong. He believes some lawmakers supporting the bill underestimated the level of preparation among those opposing it. As a result, he described the debate as a setback for those hoping to quickly push the bill through Parliament. Whether others share that assessment remains a matter of political opinion. But there is no doubt that the debate continues to intensify. Political analysts say the significance of the CAB3 debate goes far beyond Parliament. The Constitution affects every citizen. It determines how leaders are chosen. It defines the powers of institutions. And it shapes the country's democratic future. That is why emotions remain high on both sides of the discussion. Supporters of the bill remain confident. They continue arguing that the reforms are necessary and constitutional. They insist that public consultations have already taken place and that Parliament is following the proper legal process. According to them, opposition to the bill is part of normal democratic debate. Opponents disagree. They believe constitutional changes of this magnitude require greater public consensus. Many continue calling for broader consultation and greater scrutiny of controversial provisions. For them, the fight over CAB3 is about protecting the Constitution and preserving democratic safeguards. As Parliament prepares for further debate, the political battle is becoming even more intense. Supporters are working to build momentum. Opponents are becoming more vocal. And lawmakers like Honorable Shamu and Honorable Chikombo are ensuring that the debate remains highly competitive. The outcome remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. The struggle over CAB3 is shaping up to be one of the most important political battles in Zimbabwe's recent history. Do you think CAB3 is facing stronger resistance than many expected? Was Honorable Shamu's performance a turning point in the debate? And do you believe Parliament should pass the bill or send it back for further review? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this report, please subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Zimbabwe and Africa political news. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.